How many of you love making pranks? Pranks. Everyone? Okay. How was it? How was it fun? Fun. Recently, you would have seen some videos about pranks which happen, right? Which is not fun, but it's something to see. In life, sometimes the fun can get into a level of danger zone, which shouldn't have happened because we don't do it intentionally, but it happens because as children, as kids, and as teenagers, we won't be knowing what is the result of the pranks or fun or whatever we do with our friends. Sometimes it becomes very serious. Okay? But life is something like that where something happens like that, we cannot come back and go back and then would have thought I shouldn't have done that. Okay? So keeping that in mind as a storyline, okay, our director has come with a beautiful storyline about the young generations, how they deal with these pranks and how the life turns out to be of these 4-5 people. That's a beautiful story, and which you will not predict what will happen in the next scene. As a music director, see myself, I am Anish. I am in the music industry since 25 years, and I have around 47 movies till now. You would have heard about Kalasi Palya, Nalla, Rocky, recent Damayanti, Agarwal. Of all the 47 movies, Angula, when I watched as an audience, I could not predict what will happen in the next scene. Having that much experience, see, normally film people will know what will happen next, right? But still, this film gave me goosebumps when I started watching the movie. Even before the background music, the movie was very interesting. That's a plus of every movie. What will happen is whenever we get a movie for music direction, we see the whole movie is silent movie. Okay, it won't be with all those effects and music, nothing. If the silent movie can put you on hold for 1.5 hours or 2 hours watching it, then with the music it will be an awesome movie. Right? You are with me? This is what Ideal Elamla is about. Please watch with your friends, with all your friends with whom you have made pranks or whatever. You remember those names, get them to the theaters. To at least when you watch that movie, you remember what pranks you did. Okay. Fortunately for your people, those pranks were all within the limits, so that it was just a fun. But for some recent videos which you have seen where 3 people standing and jumping, someone knocking the leg and they're falling down, those are all very serious things which happens. There are much more serious things which happens when when these pranks happen, okay? So go with your friends, go with all your people with whom you have enjoyed those moments, watch the film and definitely realize that there's something else in life which needs to be done for the youngsters to watch it and take a lesson from the film. Beautifully done, beautifully acted by Rasik and beautifully acted by Bhuvan Gowda and all other people. Okay. In fact, there's 3 songs in the movie. My personal favorite is Yellow Mugli. I think you would have heard it a couple of times over here. It's a beautiful song done by Raghutare. Beautiful music, beautiful direction, and Nityananji will talk about something more about the films. Maybe I have spoken some of the highlights of it. Please watch with all your friends and then make the film hit. And all the best for your films of Prapti, Vishnu, good luck, and future efforts also. And all these people who are now, you will have a lot of dreams in you, right? Some could be photographers, some could be dancers, someone into acting, someone into music, someone into event management. Have one thing in your mind, always think positive, okay? Shortcomings will do happen, there will be a lot of ups and downs in our life, but whatever comes, every day has a night, every night has a day. Definitely you all have a good day and then you'll achieve all your results. Okay? Believe in yourselves. Good luck.
That's it. Once again, I've done a supporting character. So this is my first film as a full-fledged lead actor. So the film will be out on 13th March. The next. So the second week, which will be coming in March, and I want each and everyone present here to go talk about our film. You will have, if you want to check out the trailer, the teasers, and the poster here. We have 4-5 more posters as well. To check those posters, go check our Facebook page that is called Beyond Dreams Creations, and check our songs, trailer, motion posters, everything on Lahari Music channel on YouTube. Thank you.
Hi everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Anish to invite us for the event here. And as Rasik said, this is my first movie as well.
Me and Rasik are almost around maybe 20 years. For now it's 20 years, we are childhood friends, and we both wanted to come up in the same dream and same love. And from young ages we were thinking about, if any movie come, we used to enact. So he would be Shah Rukh Khan, I would be Salman Khan, like that. So in the areas and all, we used to be like that only. Once we come out of the movie, we used to enact like that itself. So the dream brought us so far. And when we want to know Nityanand sir, actually we don't call him as Nityanand sir, we call him as NP. So when NP had hosted these auditions, we got there and we got selected. And he never told us that we were selected. It was like, okay, we'll call you tomorrow, we'll call you tomorrow. One fine day in the evening, he called me around, in the evening around 7 o'clock, and he told me tomorrow morning you need to be there by 6 o'clock near the studio. And we went normally, and it was shocking for us. That day was the Muhurta, so we got selected. That's when we got to know it was shocking for us. So I need everyone to support for this movie. As a new team, we have done a new experiment on this, new prank. So I would like, I would request everyone to watch this movie. Thank you.
Kannada, okay?
Yes, Kannada, okay, sir.
Even if one person doesn't understand Kannada, I will speak in English. Okay, let's go in English because you can't understand Kannada. I am Nityanand Prabhu, Nandalike Nityanand Prabhu, from a small town called Nandalike, which is 110 kilometers from Mangalore, but I am born and brought up here. That's how the name of my village is associated with my name, Nandalike Nityanand Prabhu. I'm basically a mechanical engineer. And why I am here today is only because of one reason. Because after working for so long, 2004, I resigned from my mechanical engineering job and entered into this world of cinema also. And entering cinema is not so easy. So the first thing I opted was photography. And today, being a photography contest, and my name taken, my name associated with it, being a photographer myself, I immediately agreed and I said, okay, I'm coming. Then from photography, my passion towards video making, I became a videographer, and then life takes a turn. It says, professionally you are called a photographer and a videographer. But my passion was to make cinema, but people used to call me next door guy who makes videos for my baby's birthday. Come and shoot a video. I used to go and shoot a video. Then school days, they used to call, sir, school day event, you have to come and shoot. See, no job is small or big. Be professional, be good at what you do. That's what it counts. Then it went on, and then I made myself, I have my own studios. When I came here, sir, the same thing. I also have a studio where I don't teach people. I have a professional studio for myself where I edit, where I have an editing school, that's different. Apart from that, I don't teach anybody in film related thing. But I have my own studios for my kind of job. Then, one fine day in 2004, decided I have to pursue my dreams, make movies. And 2004, I quit my job and then entered into the film industry. Not so easy. Went on to a lot of producers, directors, kept on telling my stories, which that is a hobby. I started writing stories as a hobby. And started putting in things, what happens in life, into my stories. One of that story is Aizodi Yolonga, where I always saw my college friends making pranks. I saw my neighbors making pranks, and by God's grace, whoever was my closest and nearest one did not get hurt by pranks. It was an enjoyable moment for them. But later on, when we went inside, you can see in YouTube nowadays people losing their life for pranks. Yes, it is not intentional. But the act happens. After that, you don't have a control over it, right? So what happened was, while writing this story, I kept on thinking about these things and where is the youth going, which direction it is going. And if I can tell that this act doesn't have a reverse screenplay, this cannot be rewinded. So it's a suspense thriller. It's a genre which is going to near to everyone, because see, a comedy people can like, dislike, Love stories people can like, dislike, but suspense thriller is always on the edge of the seat, right? So it will be gripping. I then thought, why I only write suspense thrillers? Okay, I wrote somewhere around 80 stories till date, out of which everything comes to a suspense thriller, because the third subject what I took was a love story. I wanted to write a love story. By the end of 15 minutes of writing the story, I ended up killing one. So I thought that my genre is going to be a suspense thriller. I cannot go on to a love story. So you have to do whatever you are good at, right? See, there are film directors, there are film producers, there are music directors. You know, they do certain kind of genre and they are known for it, right? Then I again forcefully sat and started writing a love story. No, 30 minutes, ended up killing one. So I thought, okay, I'm near to the situation, whatever is happening with the youth. So this movie came out, and after that, a photographer becoming a story writer happened there, and from there on, after the story has been written, now to produce, somebody we want, right? Where is the money going to come from? So somebody has to produce. So I went on to the producers taking this movie. Then all of a sudden, by the sideline, I wanted to call new people. I did not want to work with the established actors because this is a suspense thriller and people should not judge by the characterization. Who is going to do what? So I just called for an audition, and these people came in for the auditions, and I had given them an act where they did, and they got selected. These people were sitting on that side this 1 year before. Means if the audition was taken that side, they were sitting that side, and they have given the audition and enacted in a movie, and they have done fantastic job. Nobody in the world can say that this is their first movie. They have done such a brilliant job because we had taken a workshop of 8 months. Then only we went into the real shoot. Till then they were trained what to do, how to do, and everybody, see, whenever you want to do something big, people around the world, it is a cosmos where they tend to take you there. But you have to try doing it. Without trying, without you giving your 100% towards that job, nothing will going to work actually. Coming to the movie, it's a suspense thriller and it doesn't have any lags and thing. Whatever is required for the movie we have done, and it's only a 1 hour 45 minutes movie. It has only one song in the movie and 2 songs are used for promotions. Ganesh Narayan, as he said, is a close friend of mine for past 5 years. We know each other. He said, without music the movie was already done. Yes, it was done. But the movie has been enhanced 100 more times after his background score. That I can say. And then the movie is ready for hitting the screens on March 13th. Please watch our trailers, our motion posters and songs on YouTube. If you type I Got Angula movie, you get 10 things which we have already posted on the YouTube, and 2 more things are going to happen within next 2 weeks. And I request all of you to go along with your friends to the nearest theaters and watch this movie and support us. Thank you.